Does anybody else find it surprising that Mark Wahlberg has turned into a comedic actor? And even more surprising, that he's really good at it?
I
don't know if that's a good idea, Brad.
Dusty!
It's vibrating up into my shoulders.
Hey, it's okay, Brad. Look, she's a lot of bike, man.
No, I'm good. Why don't you go back in and take that shower so you can get a shirt on?
Oh, you got it. Hey, you look good on that, man. Remember, 1 down, 4 up.
Dusty, everyone knows it's 1 down, 4 up. Ah! 1 down, 1 down, 1 down. Ah!
Daddy's Home is the latest Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell comedy duo film. This time Will Ferrell playing a stepdad who is intimidated when the original father comes home to roost. Of course, played by Mark Wahlberg. The two have been good in films together before, but are they good in this one? Here's 5 things you might want to know before you go out and see Daddy's Home. Let's start with the good stuff, since there's not very much of it. Some of the heart here does work. I think there's a beautiful message here about family being family no matter what it looks like, about what growth looks like and maturity looks like, about what masculinity looks like. The movie touches on some really interesting themes, and I think the heart comes home in some really beautiful ways. I mean, it's not Pixar level crying or anything. In fact, there's no crying or anything, but at least it's kind of emotional. Another positive, albeit again a slight one, is Mark Wahlberg is really pretty funny in this. He is really turning into a comedic actor. His sense of timing continues to get better. His sense of deadpan delivery, I think, works perfectly for the characters that he plays. The laughs in this movie, for the most part, came from Mark Wahlberg, and that's a bit of a surprise. The reason it's a surprise? Because Will Ferrell is supposed to be the funny one, and here's where things start to go downhill. He's not. Now, don't get me wrong, he's likable, he's humorous, the chemistry between the two of them is good, but he's not funny. I think he's missing that manic part of his humor that he usually has, like you see him in Elf or Old School or some of those things, where he gets to be over the top and a little bit crazy-eyed. That's missing here because he's domesticated in a lot of ways. And when you take that away from him, it's just not all that funny. I did not find myself laughing at Will Ferrell very much in this film, and that's a scary thing. One of the other things that doesn't work in this are the kids. And I hesitate to say so. It's unfortunate they don't, but they're not good at all. And since they're such a central part of this movie, the fact that you never believe anything they're saying is real really takes away from it. You always get the sense that there's somebody right off camera that's like coaching them what to say or how to move or how to act or when to laugh or when to do this motion. It's almost like, you know, the dog trainers that sit off camera and have a treat waiting so the dog can do their trick in the film. That's how I felt with these kids. And like I said, I don't like saying it because they're just kids. They had a lot of growing up to do, and it shouldn't be on them, but it's worth mentioning. But the main reason this doesn't work, the comedy's just too broad. It's not clever, it's not intelligent, it's very lowest common denominator. I hesitate to say it, but Will Ferrell is kind of tiptoeing into Kevin James territory here. Now, not that there's anything wrong with that if you enjoy it, if you like a broad comedy. I know there are a lot of people that do, not necessarily my cup of tea, but you're not used to it from Will Ferrell. You're used to a little bit of quirkiness or cleverness or something that's a little bit edgy possibly. But here, it's very much broad comedy, and I don't think that works as well for him. And because of that, so much of this movie is just eye-rolling. And when you're rolling your eyes, it's not a good thing. Overall, this movie, Daddy's Home, is a swing and a miss for Will Ferrell and as a comedy. Even with Mark Wahlberg being funny and the chemistry between them still working pretty well, I can't give it any higher than a C-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the best ever challenge here in a second. First, if you want to know more about what goes on here at Your Movie Friend or find some other stuff, click on the information button right up here. It'll slide out while the video is playing, and there'll be links to other reviews there, where to go for the website, that's yourmoviefriend.com, as well as how to support the channel if you'd like to do that. Also, if you do Periscope, find me there, Aaron Dicer, Aarondicer. I love Periscoping right when I come out of seeing movies for the first time to have that conversation. If you like podcast, subscribe to SiftPop, SiftPop. We actually broadcast live every Friday. You can listen live or you can have it in your podcast feed. Either way, you can subscribe to iTunes, Stitcher, wherever you do podcasts. Again, that's SiftPop. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge, where you name the best movie ever in a particular category. Also try to identify my choice. What is the best movie ever that includes step-parents, maybe featured as a role in the movie? The clue for mine is the most recent one that involved see-through footwear. Take a guess at mine in the comments. Be sure to leave yours there as well. And as always, here's 5 extra seconds to hit subscribe. Just click the Your Movie Friend logo right down in this corner and you'll never miss another review.